Shout out to Phenom Black, Miss Music Lover, Twan Burgundy, Silent Ace Media, man. Mindset of a young nigga with idle time. They say a devil's workshop is an idle mind. This hip hop infiltrated by a wicked built industry. I'm representing for the underground. Independence, Fifth Amendment, freedom of speech, the revolution is pending. But it's cool cause you see we on a mission. Television off, this a viral petition. Man, and I hope you pay attention. The WM48, we keep it real.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Where's My 40 Acres podcast, and this is Spoiler Cap, Luke Cage, Season 2, Episode 10, The Main Ingredient, directed by Andy Goddard, written by Keela Cooper. Let's see. Okay, am I the only person that thought this episode opened up like a dream sequence, but it turned out to be real?
You did?
Why are these niggas talking to Luke Cage like this? Do they not know what went down last night? Like it didn't feel real. Like he was walking the street, Luke Cage, man, you got to do something about this street violence, bro. They shooting everywhere. And then another woman comes out, they robbed my grandmama at the store trying to buy a pack of cigarettes. And then a nigga comes walking up the street and says, Luke Cage, my little sister can't even sleep at night. And then the little girl says, you ain't no better than the damn cops. And I was like, this is a dream sequence, right?
They're harassing all the Jamaicans. Everybody who's Jamaican ain't bad.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, they've been harassing Luke all the time. Like, it's just not, I don't know how he does it. Non-stop.
Luke was like, well, damn, y'all shit. Like, hold on.
And niggas still keep bringing up the fact that he got knocked out by Bushmaster 3 weeks ago.
He keeps saying, I won.
Yo.
Look, they done fought twice after that.
That shit's still about talking. No, I beat him up. Like, stop saying that.
I had saw that scene because they had released that scene before the season came out. And I remember seeing the scene and laughing, but I thought this scene was like right after the Bushmaster fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it coming here, it felt out of place.
It was real. I don't know how the editing went down for this. But this was a weird way to open this episode because it felt like the shit that happened the night before didn't happen the night before.
Yeah. Like he just didn't go through a hella firefight, catch him. Like he should be out there being like, oh my God, like Bushmaster got out, what are we doing? And it just seemed like he was going to get some coffee. Like if that had happened right after the hit from Bushmaster or something, or maybe the episode after that, I think it would have fit better. But just being there felt unnecessary.
It wasn't even just that either. Mariah had all her money and shit back. I thought I missed an episode. I was like, how did she get all of her shit back? Like, who transferred the funds and stuff back?
But it was that ended up being the lawyer.
How?
He said something about, I don't know, he must have had, I'm assuming he had the passwords or the, information enough to retransfer it back.
I think when Bushmaster got arrested, that tied up all the money, right? Because it had switched hands, and then they were trying to pose that it was a legal switch hand because he was like, you got access to your money. He said, I think the lawyer said to him, like, they're probably going to take us to court. That'll take some time, but you'll still win. But as of right now,
because they were saying like it was some clause or whatever.
Yeah, it was something in because Bushmaster got arrested and all that stuff, and then they look into it like they were like, shit ain't going right. You got access back to the money right now, but there's probably going to be a court date about it. But
okay,
as of right now, you good. I believe that's what he said.
I legit thought I missed an episode. Like I started this episode, right? And because we got the episodes early, it wasn't the way y'all typically watch Netflix shows. It wasn't given to us that way. It's given to us another way. So I was like, oh, maybe the episodes are numbered wrong. And I missed the episode in between this episode where they reestablished why the fuck Luke is just walking up the street on a normal day the next day. Like they just didn't get a fucking rocket launcher shot at them. And Harlem wasn't, to shit with motherfuckers trying to find Black Mariah for $3 million running around shooting everybody the night before. So I actually cut the episode off, went back and rewatched the whole episode episode 9 to the very end again because I thought maybe I fell asleep or something. I don't know what happened. And I'm like, nope, I didn't miss anything. That's just how they opened up this episode. So, like you said, it just felt out of place. The whole opening of this episode felt out of place. Let's see. They go back and DW actually has a Power Man yellow sweater. So, foreshadowing, hopefully, we're going to get that pairing up in future seasons of either Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and maybe they'll get their own Double Dragons type show. And DW, I guess he's been trying to keep it real, and this is where when they're back at Pop's shop. But DW is so flipped back and forth, bro. Like sometimes I think his character is cool, and other times I'm like, he's an annoying little nigga.
And the girlfriend, his little girlfriend.
That was the one on the steps. Yeah.
Yeah. And then wasn't she the one last season? The daddy had the ring and was trying to sell the ring or something.
I'm not sure.
Like she was in the first season before.
She might have been. DW tells Luke, if your friends can't show you the truth about yourself, what good are they? And Danny Rand shows up randomly at Pops. We don't know why he's here, but he's here. And this is one of those episodes in the season of a show where the main character needs to be enlightened, or somebody tries to come in and set things straight, give the main character a bit of clarity to help them better find their way and choose the right path before the end of the season. That's what Danny Rand is supposed to be, his spiritual guide this episode. And I have to say that Finn is doing a much better job playing Danny Rand now in this universe than the first season of Iron Fist. I think his character is cooler. He's more calm. He makes more sense. His fighting is a whole lot better.
Defenders in there too, because I didn't like him in there. Like this, so this is the first time I was like, I actually kind of like Danny.
You didn't
Rand.
like him in
He's
Defenders? Right. I liked him in Defenders. I liked him fighting in Defenders. I didn't like him acting stupid in Defenders.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. No, he got a haircut now, so he don't look as goofy and shit. He looks calmer. He looks more settled. His chi is balanced.
And even little things he says and the way he says it, he acknowledges like my thinking not that long ago was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm different now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. DW says Power Man and Iron Fist. It's got a ring to it. That's going on the shirt. The way DW talks is weird. Let's see. Camera fills Danny. Oh yeah, this was a filming directorial thing that I just noticed. But when they're talking in the shop, you can tell that Luke is kind of getting annoyed by being Harlem's hero. And he's pretty much not sure what he wants to be any fucking more, because he's just tired of the aggravation of whatever he does not being good enough, and everything he does being undone.
Little babies attacking him on the street.
I mean, I feel on that. Like they stole my dog. Can't really get. What you gonna do? It's kind of like, what rest do you get?
He can't win, and he don't have no.
And then when everybody like what Foggy said to him earlier. Have you ever thought about doing this with a mask? Like, because that is your face is out there. That's why everybody in Harlem knows you. You can't get rest. You can't go nowhere.
Also,
you can't just go out and get a coffee and be like, somebody's gonna tell you, "Oh, look, my cat in the tree."
I don't know. He ain't got no bed to sleep in, and
I was gonna say he don't have no place.
And the man still has a concussion, y'all. He never got that looked at. Okay, I don't care how many herbs.
Claire's gone.
I don't care how many herbs Tilda gave him. That nigga still got a concussion.
He surely do.
So yeah, it's hard being Harlem's hero when you concuss.
And then you sleeping in literally a barber's chair.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be pissed. I mean, what rest do you get? None.
Nope. While him and Danny are talking, trying to figure out how they can find Bushmaster, I don't know why it took Danny Rand saying, he doesn't heal like you do, right? He still bleeds. So maybe he's injured because that truck exploded and somebody has to heal him. Who would be able to heal him? And Luke is like, Tilda. So let's go to Tilda's spot, see if we can find him. So they leave. And this is weird because when they film these guys walking up the sidewalk together, they put the camera down on the ground and shoot upward. I don't know if that's like a stature thing or to make them look bigger than life. I'm not sure why they chose to do that. They don't do that any other time this season, but they did it. They did it here, so I thought that was interesting. Misty Knight suspects that Nandi is the one who told Bushmaster their location because ain't nobody seen Nandi since yesterday. With all the shit that went down with the cops and stuff the other night, she should be somewhere. But she's not anywhere. Misty takes that to her partner. Her partner does not believe it. But the person that Brasson in does kind of believe it's probably true. And there's some information that we don't have. So let's just go ahead and get this story all the way out. Mm-hmm. Nandi was hiding on the other side of the interrogation room, the double window, right?
Yep.
And when you go into that room, unbeknownst to the other cops, if you swipe in with your card, it's logged, which it absolutely fucking should be.
As any badge access place.
This dummy.
And they just added that. I just added that, I think.
Like 2 weeks ago, they said.
Especially since after all with the scarf shit.
Yes.
All that shit.
This idiot swiped in. She could have caught the door when somebody was coming out or anything. She swiped in with her own fucking badge and got the information. So when they went back looking through the logs, they realized that she did. And all they needed to do was find evidence that she was at Harlem's Paradise to talk to Bushmaster. They found a street camera near Harlem's Paradise because it's about 20 watching this place. And then she goes sneaking out the back like can't nobody see her, but she on film stealing boxes like Craig. And they like, okay, now we need to find her. Her partner is finally like, well, I guess she did do it. Boop, 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 boop. So they're like, we got to go find her. They find this motherfucker at a private jet runway or plane spot. And all I kept thinking was, did you go buy a plane, nigga? What are you doing? All you had to do was
she was strolling up to that plane like unbothered.
She spent money already.
Like she was not gonna be caught.
She had like a coat on that was nice. Her clothes was new. She threw away her police uniform clothes, but that wig wasn't adjusted. That wig was the same.
Wig was still treacherous, but I mean, my thing was, how in her right mind did she think she was just going to get away scot-free on this?
She could have if she'd have just left Harlem. They would have been able to find her. We already know they can't find you if you leave Harlem. But she in Harlem buying planes.
I know Harlem had those type of things.
Where the fuck was she going? As soon as she told Bushmaster the information, the first thing she should have did was hop on a fucking what's them buses called? What's the Chinese
Megabus?
Megabus. She should have hopped her ass on a $23 Megabus to Toronto. That's all she had to do. This motherfucker done went shopping.
They never discussed, was it like a wire transfer of money or did she get the cash in hand?
Like, she could probably wire transfer, but she could have got on a plane right then to a close country that ain't got no extradition, and then you plan you a new life at another country that fully has no extradition.
Boom.
She should have been in the air.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they realized they went through the cameras and they realized who it was, they're like, damn, that girl, she left on the plane yesterday.
She could have done anything. She's a police officer. She could have just walked on a cruise ship and never left.
She went to get a private plane though. Like, no, just go. You don't fly commercial to get out the city.
Right. You ain't no damn celebrity.
Bro, tell me what a cop can't do with a badge. She could have walked onto a train. She wouldn't have had to buy a ticket or nothing. She could have just walked on a train and been like, y'all, the whole train under investigation, and went and sat down somewhere and got off in another state. Then took a plane to another state doing the same shit. I'm the air marshal. This plane is under investigation. Like, she could have just did that. All over the country, they would have been able to find her. This motherfucker was right up the block, getting on a private jet at LaGuardia. Yeah, fucking LaGuardia. Like JFK getting on a private jet.
But know what else tripped me out? So when they did catch her, she started running.
She ran.
Where you gonna go?
She ran in heels into the damn into the air shelter, the air garage.
Cracked up with that, bitch. Where you going? You think you're gonna outrun all of them? Like,
and then she lost a fight to an angry black woman with a metal arm. Of course she did. It's an angry black woman with a metal arm.
Oh Jesus!
So they handcuffed her dumb ass after she got her ass beat and took her in to get interrogated. I don't know what the fuck they needed to ask her. They got her on tape and they got her on the logs. What they asking her? They already know she did it. But they just did that because they wanted to give us some backstory on why the fuck these two are frenemies.
Again, taking it all the way back to basketball days. I was like,
I didn't know they was in Love and Hip Hop. I've watched that movie. Not Love and Hip Hop, Love and Basketball. I've watched that movie many a times, and I ain't never seen them. But I guess they was on the team too, with Sanaa Lathan and such.
I just was like, we're really stemming this back again, this far back.
Yeah, you grown now.
Grown as shit. Like y'all could have found a better storyline.
Hey, but was it just me, or did I feel like during the interrogation, like Nandi was gonna bust out into like an MC Light type of rap verse or some shit?
Her face, man, that's
just the way
face.
The way she kept saying stuff, I'm like she about like the beat about to drop. She about to tell her whole story in the interrogation to the cop.
Man, I ain't worried. I'm about to go to prison as a police officer for life. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I've been busting my ass on the streets for 32 cop years. I'm like, nigga, you about to go to prison as a cop. You should be crying. And you had $3 million. You should be crying. She had $3 million for a smooth 8 hours. And couldn't figure out what to do with it in 8 hours. And you know she ain't gonna be able to keep that money, so ain't none of that gonna go in her commissary. She gonna be in prison with money on her books from a cop salary. She'll be buying Kit Kats for 3 weeks. That's about it. She better buy all the shrimp ramen she can.
Not shrimp ramen.
So she can sell that shit to keep from getting them ass whoopings that she about to take in the showers for being a damn cop.
Well, hopefully she got a better wig on.
No, she got her real hair on in that prison. Yeah, no, ain't that wig is going into the box of shit you got to leave for when you get freed.
Just hand over your wig. She just got to snap.
Mm-hmm. You can collect your wig in 25 to life, ma'am.
It'll be there with the rest of your things.
Mm-hmm. It'll look just as old as Krusty too.
Right.
Shit.
It'll still be dry and ugly. Don't worry.
Right. You're free now. We have one ring, one dried up wig, 4 hairpins. I had
stocking cap.
Yeah, like I had five hairpins, 4 hairpins.
And this autographed copy of Love and Basketball for whatever reason. Seems like you're reliving something.
One note that said, "I hate Misty." Tatted on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
all right. Let's see. So I don't know why they needed to put this in this episode where they were. It was supposed to be a play on words. It's supposed to be funny. There's a conversation between Luke Cage and Danny Rand about the Chronic, and they're talking about Luke Cage is referring to how they growing weed.
Oh, good God.
And that they could shake down one of Bushmaster's weed houses. And Danny's like, yo, you mean this so-and-so? And then Luke Cage is like, what do you know about the Chronic? And Danny's like, well, I actually like the Chronic 2001. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, maybe he about to give a real hip-hop answer for why he likes this. Why does he like this album? Because it was the last thing he listened to on his CD player on the plane before his parents crashed and died.
Yeah, think about that, man.
Right.
In the Himalayas. All he had on his little, I don't even know what he had back then, but on his little first iPod, his little Zoom, all he had was Chronic 2000.
He claims he had a CD player, Twan.
He had a CD player. That's all he had. He had to spin that shit. He had a little marijuana leaf spinning. That's all he could do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Either way, that's why he likes the Chronic 2001. Because it's the last rap album he bought.
Also, I mean, I still feel like that Luke Cage had never listened to either one of those albums.
Yeah, I believe it.
just me. I fully believe that Danny had listened to it, but I don't believe he did.
Well, Luke Cage don't even like the word nigga being said around him, so I'm pretty sure he ain't listened to none of the Chronics.
No. Luke Cage stopped listening right when they stopped doing ha ha ha. That's when he stopped listening.
Yeah, I believe that.
Don't forget Turk.
Turk.
You know Turk. Black dude.
What?
Turk. They sell weapons.
But that's later.
Oh yeah,
that's later.
homeboy.
We ain't got there yet. Slow down, sir. That's later.
I just make sure they know like that nigga is in all that nigga is a recurring character. I like him better than Claire.
Well, I mean, Claire ain't recurring no more though. So
Yeah, I mean, he's been in all of them, and he always like, man, why y'all keep fucking with me?
But well, this is important for the whole Nightshade. Give us a bit more background information on that. Danny walks in and he sees this poster of elements and herbs and stuff, basically what we would consider to be voodoo, but really it's just Mother Nature and people who understand chemistry. Because that's really all voodoo is chemistry. But the three principles of function is Long, Crispa, and Bad Con. And Nightshade falls under Bad Con. And if you abuse Bakan too much, you can lose your mind. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
This is important. Bakan, you need more frequently, and it's less effective each time.
Yeah, but also the nigga did not read that from that poster.
Well, no, he said all of that. He understood this concept.
He didn't read all of that from the poster.
I'm just like, he looked at the poster, right? And the poster had like, other stuff on it. He's like, oh, this reminds me of this thing that we learned.
What I learned before I
ignore
punched
everything
the
that's
dragon.
on this wall and listen to me, Luke. I tell you these things.
This is what I learned before I punched that dragon in the mouth and took his power and became the Iron Fist. Let's see, Shades now trusts Mariah again because she's ready to become Queen Mariah, Black Mariah, King Mariah, Almighty. So he gives her back the Pearl Hand of 38 that he was keeping as collateral, which is what she was looking for when she went back to that damn burnt stone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was in the safe or whatever, I guess. Danny tries to help Luke recenter his chi by now did they go see Turk first to find out where the grow houses were?
Yep.
And then have their fight?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
Danny basically uses the force of the wind and the gravitational lift and pull of the earth to throw Luke Cage off balance during the fight and show them that his chi is not centered. Because he's angry. And Luke probably said something like, of course I'm angry. I'm a black man in America.
I was just waiting for Danny Rand to tell him to go talk to his daddy again. It seemed like everybody was telling him to do that this season.
Claire's gone, Twan. Let it go. Let it go. You need to talk to your daddy.
Oh, here we go again with this.
R.I.P. Piranha Jones. He was funny. But yeah, they're like, we need to recenter your chi, my nigga. And to do that, they need to go get some of this anger out. So they go to one of the damn stash houses where they're growing the one and only baby plant, American Nightshade plant. And they proceed to kill a couple niggas. Some people died. That's what y'all. Some people died.
Do you remember that the Teen Titans Go episode, the Power Moves episode?
Mm-mm.
So there's an episode of Teen Titans Go where they were fighting, and then Beast Boy and Cyborg were showing like they were putting their like powers together. Like he would turn into some animal, and they would like shoot him or something, and they would be like power moves, like when two superheroes get together. And then Robin and Beast and Cyborg did one, and it really like blew up everything. Everybody was like amazed by their power move. So that's all I could think about when Iron Fist and Luke were fighting with each other. Was power. I like, oh, look at him. He hit him in his fist, and now it made a shockwave that knocked everybody down.
I will say this: it was a better paired up fight.
It was like this fight, and then the one later with him and Bushmaster. Those are two very good fight sequences.
Yeah, like Finn has actually been working on adding fluidity to his choreography. His fighting is much faster. It looks real now, or as real as it's probably gonna look with him doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it also makes me think though, because they use different fight choreographers on all of these Marvel shows.
Yeah.
So could it just be the fight choreographer that was just on Iron Fist wasn't that good, or
he learned to do it in 2 weeks.
Or you think it's more Finn got better?
He learned to do it in 2 weeks for the first season of Iron Fist.
Okay.
Yeah, that explains that. He went from never doing it before to learning to do it in 2 weeks. That's why it looks like he learned to do it in 2 weeks. He didn't have.
Which I feel like if you're gonna hire somebody, you gonna have some training time.
Their schedule was tight supposedly, and that's why it was a rushed season film on Netflix. That's what went down.
It shows.
They wanted to squeeze it out before Defenders. So that's what it looked like. Somebody squeezed out.
Yeah. I mean, Defenders to me felt rushed.
I like Defenders better than Iron Fist though. So
yes.
Oh hell yes.
Yeah.
Iron Fist is.
But I will say, after seeing Danny Rand in this and seeing the fight, I have and Defenders, I have a better outlook on Iron Fist season 2.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. The Tasha Bowles story is basically Love and Basketball too. Essentially, what happened was Tasha was the star player on Nandi and Misty's high school team, and she ended up getting kicked off the team and expelled for stealing on a trip. But what really happened was because, Misty was like, something just didn't seem right about so-and-so 20 years ago. So I went back and I talked to Tasha. And supposedly, Nandi set Tasha up by getting her kicked off the team, telling her that Tasha could steal some stuff and Nandi would hit some wallets. But Nandi never hit the wallets. Tasha got caught. Nandi became the star player, and then Nandi broke one of her bones because, as we can see, she's easily taken down. And Misty Knight became the star of the team, but none of these niggas clearly got scouted because now they all worked at the damn police station. So it doesn't matter what happens. You're going to end up working at a police station. That's what it all comes down to. I'm surprised Tasha Bowl don't work at the police station too.
Yeah, did we ever... I can't remember did in the first season why she didn't go like professional.
I don't know.
Playing ball.
I don't know.
Did they ever talk about that?
It don't matter now. She ain't got a jumper no more because she got that new arm. It takes her a while to get used to it. Her chi is off as well. We get a little more background on the Buggy Stokes story. Buggy Stokes built the distillery and actually built Harlem's Paradise, all off of Quincy MacGyver's plans and recipe.
Yeah. Buggy said he had the plan to come up with the club, and Quincy MacGyver already had the rum recipe.
Actually, he stole
your rum in my club.
He stole the plans from Quincy MacGyver, though, for Harlem's Paradise.
Yeah. He went there. He sat there and had a. This one we see the background in the island, right? Or that's later.
No, that's the next episode.
Yeah, that's
this episode is where
found like he. I mean, it was some sad. It kind of reminds you a little bit of Shay's Comanche type shit. Like two dudes who were close and obviously cared about each other, and then some shit got into it, and then
who are you talking about?
Bugsy. I mean, not like
friends.
They loved each other, nigga. Not like that. Not like some dick shit like that.
Nah, bro.
You're talking about Bushmaster and
No, he talking about Buggy Stokes and Quincy MacGyver. No, because Buggy Stokes was dirty as shit, dog. No.
I think, but they were cool though. That's what.
Nah, they weren't.
Like the whole thing, like it really was. Like,
they was not cool.
Like you two-timed me, like as a friend, not like as like we were just two dudes who were like, hey, let's go in together.
Buggy Stokes sold. Buggy Stokes and him tried to run Bushmaster in New York, but caught problems from the Italians and shit. So he wanted to sell the distillery and shit to them, and that's how they ended up getting into guns. That's why they ended up getting off the Bushmaster. But he absolutely tried to double cross Quincy MacGyver by taking his plans for the Bushmaster recipe and taking his designs for Harlem Paradise, and wasn't trying to cut none of them niggas a check. And then tried to kill Quincy MacGyver so there wouldn't be no evidence that he stole the shit, but ended up getting shot in the stomach by Quincy MacGyver. When he killed him, that was like Quincy MacGyver's last breath was shooting him in the stomach, and Bugsy ended up dying 6 months later in the hospital. They absolutely were not friends.
They said they were friends because they came up washing dishes together.
Man, they came up. They was washing dishes together the same Ruby Tuesdays, and that nigga stole his ideas.
Cool. And they went into business together. Because I didn't think it was a short time between them making it and then the Italians and stuff trying to horn their way in.
Bruh, Buggy Stokes.
I didn't see that as like they made the rum, they made Harlem Paradise, and then like 6 months later, all that shit happened.
Buggy Stokes was like dirty as fuck.
They were doing it, and they were running this shit together. Then when that shit came down, Bugsy straight up turned on his ass.
Right, because Buggy Stokes was dirty as fuck because he's a Stokes.
Yeah, that nigga was dirty. Yeah, I ain't saying that nigga won't dirty, but I said it was fucked up because did to a friend.
You said it was like Comanche and Shades. It absolutely was not. That nigga was dirty.
I would just say in the fact that they were cool as friends and then he just turned on his ass.
That's a dirty nigga.
It is a dirty ass nigga. That's what makes it dirty because it's your friend.
Shit, and they know that contract was binding over a damn napkin that everybody was a witness to because they was all getting drunk that night. Probably celebrating the opening of the distillery. Shit. But Black Mariah says to Anansi as they're telling the story and whatnot, all you're known for is Marley, marijuana, and murder. And
look at that alliteration there. Go ahead.
Yeah, girl. It was. Nancy says to her, when one seek vengeance, they must dig two grave. Which
Nancy was preaching the same thing to her that he was preaching to Bushmaster.
He was.
I had nothing but respect for that nigga for that.
He was, but at a certain point he switched up and he was like, now I see why my nephew want to kill you. You're just evil in your heart, like the revenge is just reaching you. Now I see what he was seeing and why why I couldn't convince him not to murder you. You got to go. Like, y'all Stokes are just crazy. You got to be put down. And that doesn't go very well.
No.
Yeah, because Nazi just wanted the boy to walk away from the whole thing.
Yeah,
and he plus knew that that Nightshade was really
and he was like let it go, and then because I think he knew just you do it, and we get more history about that later. Mm-hmm. But I think he knew you doing this Nightshade with this feeling that you have now. He was like, nothing's good is gonna come out of this. Let this shit go. You know what I mean? Like, we doing good, you can do well. Let's just do that.
He felt it, but he ended up calling them the Stokes of cancer. Said they were a cancer Harlem.
Oh, they fully were. Yeah. They fully were.
But it took him seeing Mariah in this light to see what Bushmaster saw. Like, that's why his mind had changed.
I still feel like Anansi would have still been like, look at Bushmaster and be like, walk away.
No,
like because he was like nothing. Because he even said to his son like nothing good is going to come of this.
That was until he saw Mariah tied up in that room all day with her, and was finally telling her straight up, "I see why my nephew needs to kill you now." Like, his mind had changed. He was like, "Yeah, you need to go." Like, this goes against everything I've been saying for the last 10 episodes. Your ass needs to go. Plus, you got me tied up on this couch. This shit is uncomfortable.
And I'm not giving up any information about my nephew.
I don't think he knew where he was anyway, because he'd been kidnapped the night before.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't know.
He actually did not know where that nigga was. So they marched him to Gwen's. And Sugar is with them because Sugar is faithful to Black Mariah. But Sugar is like, yo, I'm not feeling this shit. I'm out. Like, I'm down with the gangster shit. I'm not down with the shooting grandmothers on Sunday shit, though. There's a code to this shit. Y'all about to fucking break it. I ain't killing innocent people. Like, he knew it was about to go down. He's like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't know how he knew and Shays didn't know, but whatever. They walk up into Gwen's. They knock Ingrid out. They shoot her. They shoot Billy. They shoot Billy's sister, who was like 14.
Yeah, 15.
They said she wasn't. I think they said she wasn't even 15 yet when the cops talked about her later. So I'm assuming she was like 14 and like 10 months.
Youngish.
Yeah, she was a baby. They shot her, and from that point, Shades let off a shot at somebody trying to run, and they just lit the whole joint up, and they shot everybody in there. Then Mariah, and they had Anansi blindfolded, so he couldn't see shit. He just heard gunshots, people screaming and dying. They took the blindfold off, and he could see everything that went down. All them people was dead. Then he saw that Ingrid was dead, but I love this. So, going back and watching this the second time, Ingrid is absolutely breathing.
Nigga.
Yes, I saw that.
Like, I watched it, and I was like, she playing dead? That ain't good.
She is
But
breathing.
I was happy that, like, later in the story, I was like, okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, because she's a top heavy.
Because I was straight up like, she ain't dead.
She is a top heavy woman. So when she breathes, you can see her chest moving. She's absolutely breathing. I was like, she fully alive, nigga.
Fully alive,
God,
man.
I'm surprised she not snoring. Like she is fully alive right now. But she playing. I bet she was playing dead too. Like, nigga, shut up! I'm trying to be dead. You trying to get me to talk? They just gonna shoot me. Shut up! Shut up, Anansi. They take Anansi and they pour him in kerosene, which.
No, they pour that Bushmaster.
Oh, that's right. They put a
rum on
Bushmaster
him.
rum on him. That's right. Huh. Hit him in the heart. It's his own family recipe. They
He
douse him
starts
in that.
cursing them.
That nigga said,
It's unnecessary. It's
No. No.
Shut down already, nigga.
I'm not laughing.
I love when Alfred would say nigga.
Oh
It's
my God,
so
I'm not
great.
laughing.
It's so great.
That shit is funny. It is. And them
You
flames.
ain't treating it,
Them flames was funny too. I don't
Oh
know
my
what.
goodness.
I don't know what that nigga was sitting in the middle. I don't know. It was a box of green screens, but that flame was funny as shit. That shit looked like a Disney flame.
I'm not supposed to laugh.
I just love it when she die already, nigga. It's like nigga, like the oldest black woman ever.
She takes the
It's
Pearl
so
38
great.
from Shades and she shoots that nigga dead in the face.
And Shay's was just
Somebody needs to make a master cut of
Holy
Alfred would
shit.
say nigga. From Luke Cage.
Nigga.
Put all the shits together.
Every time she says it, you get two head shakes. Nigga. So yeah. He burns the screams and then gets shot in the head to death. And the fact that they actually showed this nigga on fire, I was like, damn, they have gone.
Yeah, they
full
really
graphic this
did.
season.
Even Shades took off his shades. Like, goddamn.
Look, Shades.
I mean, he was glowing. That's how much they showed.
She broke Shades after this. Shades was like, I didn't think she could break me, but this
Yeah,
is
I
real
think
shit.
that was. I think what happened. He was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, because
this
I mean,
shit.
it was a bunch of innocent. He like Shades.
And he said that too.
Yeah, Shay's play was to be, we got your uncle come out. That was Shay's play, to use him as leverage. His play was not to go there and kill everybody who was just trying to get some beef patties.
And because beef patties are delicious, they are a alluring factor.
Like, they killed everybody in that restaurant.
Hey man, how long does the night run in Harlem? Because after they do this shit at Gwen's, they throw a party at Harlem Paradise with Jadakiss and Faith performing.
Yeah. They did.
Unbothered.
Sadly, this song is probably not going to be on his new album, whenever that comes. If that ever
So
comes.
that was the jump from that Faith Biggie album.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
knew that,
that was-
because I don't know what song that was. I wasn't listening that hard.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got the 2 and 2 with the Biggie lines.
I was too focused on him having hair in a lineup and shit.
I mean, and like a real lineup too, not some fill-in ink stuff. Like it's
Okay, that's why that nigga was looking weird.
He had
I was like,
hair.
there's something off about Jadakiss. I couldn't put my finger
Well,
on
his
it,
lineup
though.
looked like Minecraft too.
It's
but
because he had hair.
he had a Minecraft lineup. So yeah. And Danny reveals to Luke that that when they're eating, they're at the Asian woman's restaurant that they tend to go to and all. They always going to some Asian restaurant in these Defenders and
That's Genghis Khan from the
Genghis.
first job.
yeah, I know.
that's the lady that got the building
Yeah.
up, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to stay here. She's like, because you got a room. He's like, no, I want to end up blowing up stuff. She's like, we got insurance.
They need it. He need insurance. Shit. Danny ends up revealing to him, I don't know everything. If you need help, bro, just call on us. We're here to help you. And I didn't just come find you out the blue for the hell of it. Claire in spirit is still here on the show. And she asked me to come talk to you. I don't really know what's going on, bro. I'm just here to help you send your chi. And yeah. So, yeah. Fucked up episode. Anansi still screaming somewhere.
I just know that scream.
I just like how he tried not to scream. Like niggas scream over paper cuts. This nigga got lit and he he just groaned for like 10 seconds. I was like, is he building up to a scream? What is happening right now? Is he charging? What is? What the fuck? He sounded like an angry toddler.
Oh my goodness.
Should be laughing at somebody that's burning alive, but it was funny. And you know, every time I see scenes like that, all I think is they were all on set looking at this nigga scream in the middle of the room on his knees like he was on fire. Cause they added all that shit after in post-production.
Yeah.
So nobody can see these flames or anything. They just see a nigga on his knees screaming. And they all have to act like it doesn't sound or look crazy. What's going on the set?
Now you sound like how my dog sounds when he's snoring. Is
he on fire in his dreams? Why he snore like that?
I mean, I don't know what he be dreaming.
I don't either. I was like, doing that. It's a hell of a snore. All right, y'all. That's it for episode 210, season 2, episode 10, the main ingredient. We'll be back. This has been the Where's My 40 Acres podcast, doing spoiler cast for Luke Cage. Y'all know what the deal is. If you're listening to us on YouTube, go ahead and get that subscribe button. If you're listening to us on some type of podcast network, Podcast Addict, Podomatic, iTunes podcast, whatever, make sure you hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, tell a foe, and we will holler at y'all next time. Episode 11, season 2, The Creator, for Luke Cage. All right, y'all, we're out. Peace.